this has been a difficult week in the fight against COVID-19. Next week is shaping up to be even worse, and likely the week after that too. Now, if you're feeling fatigued, frustrated, and mentally exhausted at our current pandemic predicament, it's safe to say you're not alone. Tonight we look at the invisible battle many of us are fighting between our ears, and why there may be a bit of light at the end of this long, dark tunnel.
People are really tired, and I think it's especially people who follow the guidelines.
The sacrifices that have been made by thousands over the last several months have been real, and they've been filled with grief and anxiety.
I think of some of my own personal situation, other people's situations of not being able to go and bury loved ones or be at funerals, weddings, everything that has taken place that has such a deep sense of social connection. People have made those sacrifices, have followed the rules.
And as diligent as so many have been, this week feels like a giant step back.
The Omicron variant is the most contagious, the most transmissible variant of this virus that we've ever seen so far.
While the news is tough to digest, medical experts who've been following each wave of this pandemic say there's actually reason to be optimistic this time around.
Omicron may carry some benefit to us in ways that are hard to appreciate right now. By being so hyper-contagious, it is almost certainly going to block other variants that might actually be more dangerous, that might be more problematic. This is progress. This is not the same thing over and over and over again.
Public health agencies are now tasked with getting everyone to pull on the same rope again. Epidemiologist Colin Furness adds that outlining a plan for residents, particularly in hotspots, is key.
Part of the plan is looking at the epidemiology of COVID and Omicron. It seems to me that the wave that we're in is going to come viciously and it's going to pass quickly. So I think we should be telling people in all sincerity that the measures we're doing now, the worry that we have now, is a question of weeks and not months. And you can do anything for weeks if you know what happens next. It's very clear. We need to get third shots into people. We need to do some closing. We need to reduce some contact. And then Omicron will come and it will go. And once it's gone, and we've all got 3 shots, life can resume.
The priority is to keep people safe and alive.
The University Health Network's Director of Social Medicine believes getting the public on side begins with clear science-based policy from the Ontario government and medical officers of health.
When we see that policy mismatch where there's message of the evidence of people to stay safe, but it doesn't seem to line up with some of the policies that are out there, that contributes to the fatigue because people are looking at it and saying, I'm not going to go see a grandparent or able to go to a funeral or a wedding or to have people over, but there's, a raucous arena of over 20,000 people in there cheering on a sports team. How does this add up?
And the doctors and experts who spoke with CityNews also pointing out that this isn't March 2020. While it might feel like all is lost, we now know how this virus works and we have vaccines.